Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas. So, we are landing at Las Vegas McCarran Airport, and as we land, we can see the Strip from the air. The Strip, just in case you don't know, is the main boulevard where all the big hotels are, such as the Stratosphere Tower, the Circus, the Wynn and Encore, the Venetian, Paris area. The green one is the MGM Grand, which is where we're staying. We have arrived at Las Vegas. As soon as you enter the terminal, you realize you're in Vegas. There's slot machines everywhere. We take a taxi to the MGM Grand, which is normally a rather pricey hotel, but during the weekdays, it is very reasonable. The weekend, however, is another story, so we'll stay somewhere else then. But for now, let's live it up and enjoy. Las Vegas always gives me a headache. We got a pretty good room. And of course, everything outside is green because the hotel is green. We have a nice TV. And most importantly, minibar. And finally, our restroom. Hello, everybody. We are at the MGM Grand. Yay, electric shades. I know, I get silly sometimes. Good night. Good morning, Vegas. We go out to explore the Strip a little bit. We take the bridge to the Tropicana. And then the New York. And the Monte Carlo. We haven't been here for a couple of years, so some things have changed since the last time we visited Sin City. There is this new complex called City Center with street art, restaurants, shopping mall, and a couple of new hotels such as the area. Quite nice, actually. This is the mall inside City Center. It is the Chinese New Year, so everything is decorated accordingly. We see something odd with the Strip. Helicopters flying around. We don't really know what it is until we realize that there is no traffic. The Strip has been closed by the police as there was a horrible shooting the previous night between two guys who left the hotel in their cars, which resulted in a fatal accident with a taxi cab. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time for the poor people in the cab. Very sad. We, the tourists, however, are taking advantage of the situation, taking pictures, having the Strip all to ourselves. At the Paris Hotel, we take a taxi to downtown. Here in the downtown area, we visit the recently opened Neon Boneyard. The Neon Boneyard is a museum dedicated to Las Vegas history through the evolution of its neon and other electric signs. Our guide, a fellow named Troy, is really passionate about his job and the history of Las Vegas, a city where old buildings are quickly replaced by shiny new ones. We learned about the evolution of signs from small ones designed for people arriving on horseback and how they evolved so they could be seen by people driving at 60 miles per hour on the highway. They built taller and shinier signs as the times changed and the old hotels were demolished or renovated. I fully recommend this tour.
They would let you go to the roof and watch their sign raise it a little higher. The Stardust without a star at the top of their sign.
Part of the museum building itself was originally the lobby of La Concha Hotel, which was transported to this location piece by piece. After the museum, we walk a few blocks to Fremont Street. The walk itself is a little scary due to all the homeless people hanging around. This large canopy above on Fremont Street becomes a large screen at night, displaying the great audiovisual show which is called the Fremont Street Experience. Many of the great old-style Vegas casinos are still here. Let's go inside the Golden Nugget. The Golden Nugget is one of the oldest casinos in the city. It was built in 1946. A section of the aquarium facing the swimming pool actually contains full-grown sharks. No kidding. We continue walking on Fremont Street until we reach the Plaza, perhaps one of the most iconic hotels in Vegas. Okay, it is time to go back. Some of these neon signs on the streets are actually classic originals. They have been restored by the people at the Neon Museum. Last but not least, we try our luck at El Cortez, which is probably the last casino in Vegas that still has slot machines that accept coins. Okay, we are leaving Las Vegas, like in the movie. The first stop in our road trip is going to be Hoover Dam. On the way, we pass by Boulder City and the Lake Mead recreational area. As we arrive, first we walk on the Mike O'Callahan Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Also known as the Hoover Dam Bypass. We get a commanding view of the huge concrete structure that creates Lake Mead, also known as Hoover Dam. The bridge opened in 2010 and was built to bypass the old section of the highway down there which went over the dam. This is also the border between the states of Nevada and Arizona and the Pacific and Mountain time zones. It has the widest concrete arch in the Western Hemisphere and is the second highest bridge in the United States. Next, we proceed to visit the dam itself. Hoover Dam was considered an engineering marvel and the largest dam in the world at the time of its construction in the 1930s. 96 workers lost their lives during the construction, but contrary to urban legend, none of them is buried in the concrete. It is also famous for the Art Deco design of its four towers, spillways, and power plant. As we walk back and forth, we encounter this small monument, which marks the border between Nevada and Arizona. 1 p.m. It's noon. 1 p.m. Yeah, it is noon. There are also these Illuminati-looking statues, a monument dedicated to the triumph of scientific accomplishment. It is considered good luck to rub their feet, so if you believe in that, rub away and go right back to Vegas and hit the roulette. We drive on top of the dam into the Arizona side. Wait, let's take a picture with the Arizona sign. Come on, people, let's move it along. Let's go. Finally. Oh crap, we almost ran them over. We park to get this great view of the structure. And further up, we get an even better view. Okay, it's time to hit the road again. Let's continue towards the Grand Canyon. We continue due east as we immerse ourselves into the heart of Native American land, the Hualapai, the Havasupai, and further down, the Hopi and Navajo. A quarter of Arizona is American Indian reservations. Did you know that? We stop for this scenic view of the Colorado River and to buy some Native American jewelry. We continue on Route 93 and then Interstate 40 for the long drive towards the south rim of the Grand Canyon. It was our original intention to take historic Route 66, but it is getting late. We are driving through the desert towards the Grand Canyon. I made a small navigational error, not navigation, time error, and we're gonna arrive there right at sunset. I didn't take into account that the Grand Canyon was in central, mountain time, and Las Vegas was in Pacific time. So there you go. The sight of the redwoods in the distance tells us we're almost there. It is getting dark as we arrive to the Grand Canyon National Park. We do get to see some wildlife on the way. We are practically racing against time to reach the south rim before sunset. And we finally make it to the Bright Angel Lodge. The first view of this wonder of the world at sunset is truly breathtaking. Coming up on our next episode, we explore the south rim of the Grand Canyon and then drive on historic Route 66. And finally, of course, we enjoy Las Vegas, Nevada. Also, check out our previous episode in which we enjoyed Miami and its festivals. Until next time, thank you for watching and see you.